managing director of Ultimate Cleaning Services, of the visionary Banking and Business Consulting Firm. Welcome, Managing to the start.
Right. Kanaenda kudemonstrate later. I'll let you know. Yeah. Okay. Hello. When I say hello, you say hi. And when I say hi, you say hello. Hello. Hi. Can I please have a smile? Please. All right. Thank you so much, coaches, for the opportunity. Well, in my few experiences of a business, of life, I have come to realize that nothing in life is worthwhile unless you take the risk. Nothing. Nelson Mandela said, there is no passion to be found playing small and settling for a life that is less than the one you are capable of living. One thing that I've come to realize is without consistency, you will never finish. So do what you're passionate about. Take chances. Take the risk. Because you know why? There is an old IQ test that had 9 dots. I want us to practice this. Maybe you can take one, and that had 9 dots, and you had to draw 5 lines connecting the dots without lifting your pen. Yes. You have to draw 5 lines without lifting the pen. And making sure all the dots, they are connected. Drawing 5 lines, connecting the dots without lifting the pen. Draw 5 lines, connecting the dots without lifting the pen. From the beginning to the end, you don't lift the pen. But make sure all the dots, they are connected. Do we have a marker? It's a marker. You don't have to cheat because you're gonna show us how you did it.
So it's supposed to be all second.
I don't know. Think outside the box. I don't know. There is an instruction below. I'm sure you can see it. A minute to go. Or like, how do you feel? Is it challenging? Anyone who got it correct?
Not limit my body. I don't know if I got the whole thing correct.
Okay, how did you do it?
Okay, I started from year one.
Okay, the instruction says the only way to do this is to think outside the box. We want to challenge ourselves to think outside the box. That's why we have the boundary. We have to think outside the box. Exactly. That's the idea. We have to connect the dots, all the 9 dots, without lifting the pencil, but ese actually connect. Somehow they should connect, but thinking outside the box.
So you have to connect all the doors.
If you want to try again, you can have another sheet. If you want to try again, you can still have another sheet. We have a minute. A few seconds to go. I'm sure we're done. I'm sure in all your experiences in business, in all your experiences in life, in your experience in trying to find your major purpose, in your experience in trying to embark into a new journey, in your experiences in trying to pursue your purpose, I'm sure people have told you to have something to fall back on. Let a business like make sure to need to have something to fall back on. Have something to fall back on. That's what the society has made us to think. But I've never understood that concept, having something to fall back on. If I'm going to fall on anything, I rather fall forward. Because when you're falling forward, you see where you are going to hit. So the exercise we just did requires us to think outside the box. So whenever you are trying to do a business, whenever you are trying to pursue your purpose, whenever you are trying to take a new route in life, you have to think outside the box. So this exercise only required us to think outside the box. The dots are in a box, and you have to think outside that box. Anyone who got it correct? Like, how was it challenging? Or like anyone who tried connecting the dots?
So for me, it was challenging in the sense that the more I want to connect all the dots, the more I need one effort.
The more you are limited in a box. And so many of us have been in those situations. Whenever you think you want to step outside the box, somehow, you are limited. You are discouraged. Fear of the unknown, fear of failure the most. Fear of what if I fail? Fear of what will people say if I fail? It always comes back to failure. But I would like to demonstrate how we can possibly solve. Now, sorry. This is where most of us are in. We are in a box. We fail to think outside the space that we have. We fail to think despite the ideas that we have. But then, okay, we have another box here with a lot of space. And we are required to think outside this box. A lot of us are here. We are afraid of implementing the ideas that we have. We are afraid of implementing the solutions that we have. But how can we possibly think outside the box and connect these dots? This is the first line. This is outside the box. That's the first line. The second line comes from this point to this point. That's outside the box. This should have been here, but line ranguradzika. We have to think like outside this box. This one. That's the second line. Then the other line comes here. Sorry, ndatadza kudraw maningi kinango. Then this one rinozobudira panapa. It's not connected to this one. And the other line comes here, outside the box. Well, you all got it. We understood? Sure. We got it. Ah, you didn't. You didn't. Okay. Okay. So we have 9 dots. I was explaining that this is where we are limited to think. We think in this box, but we also have the opportunity to think outside this very box. And the only way to connect these dots is to think outside the box, outside this box. So this is how we connect these dots. This is the first line, outside the box. Then we take this line from here to connect. This is outside the box. We take this line to connect this one. That's the other line. And then we take it down out of the box. You got it? That's how we can possibly think outside the box. Never be afraid of thinking outside the box. Never be afraid of dreaming big. Never be afraid of failing. Never be afraid of trying. But remember, dreams without goals are just dreams. You have to dream and take action. Strive Masiwa, the most in the history of business, failed so many times in his career, but we don't hear about his failures. We hear more about his successes, because that's what people remember. People, they don't care about your failures. People, they don't care about your background. People want results. People care about what you have to bring out of you. People care about results. They don't care about your background. They don't care about where you come from. I've come across people and mostly people of my age. They give you like an excuse, I'm an orphan. People, they don't care that you're an orphan. Ask me and I'll tell you. I lost my parents at a very tender age. And I started staying alone 7 years back because of life circumstances. People, they don't care. If you are going to fall backwards, you're lying to yourself. People, they don't. People, they want results. What is it that you have to bring out of you? That's what matters the most. Fall forward. As I said, by falling forward, at least you see what and where you are going to head. At least you don't kumberi uchienda. That's the point. Thomas Edison, the one who invented the light bulbs, I hear that he failed 1,000 times. He conducted 1,000 failed experiences. And the 1,001st was the actual light bulb. So now imagine if Thomas Edison had to decide to quit at 999. Imagine if he had to fall backwards to 998. Would he have invented the light bulb? No. But he had to fall forward to 1,000. And the 1,001st was the light bulb. Fall forward. Never be afraid of taking the risk. Never be afraid to take the risk. If you are not trying, if you're not failing, you are not trying. There's a saying which says, you hang around a barber shop more often, you end up getting a haircut. I registered my first company in 2021, Mazvita Investment. It came from Mazvita Agatha. I'm not going to tell my age, but I registered my first company 2021. It doesn't matter about the age. It doesn't matter about the background. You define who you are. You define who you want to be. I registered my first company. I went broke. It didn't work, but I didn't give up. I came out of that loss preparing for another comeback. Another comeback. Another comeback. I prayed and I prayed and I prayed. But I continued to fail and fail and fail. The funny part about all this is I'm still failing. But the funniest part about all this is I keep trying. That's the important part. It's better to try and fail, but it's worse never to have tried to succeed. Zama zama uchienda. Ukadona, the society will say words at you. Give them back their words by falling forward, seeing where you are going, seeing where you are going to head. Even a toddler kamwana kachifamba, kakachora ma baby steps, kanombodona, but amai mukangona pamakambata maoko muchita wanga asadoni, afambe. So fall forward. Always learn to think outside the box. Let me tell you one thing about life. You are going to fail at some point in your life. Accept it. You will lose. You suck at something. You embarrass yourself. Maybe that's probably not what you want to hear today, but hey, I'm telling you, embrace it. Because it's inevitable. There is no step yaunoitamu penyu ukataza kugona. You will fall, but always rise above your challenges. That's what I've told myself. I always rise above whatever it is that I face. And whenever I fall, I rarely come backwards. Instead, I keep on trying. This year, I registered another company, a cleaning company, despite having another one that failed. I keep going because I define who I want to be, not situations, not the economy. I decide what I want to do. I registered a cleaning company. And people said, you can't have an office with Tanga, no, I want one because I can operate from home. I'm employed somewhere and I can't operate from home. People said, you don't need an office. Those are setbacks. People will always have something to say about what you want to do. But the decision is in your hands. Life is a decision. The decision that you make today determines where you are going to be tomorrow. And no one is coming for your rescue. Atamara wrote a book on No One Is Coming. He was emphasizing that no one is coming to knock on your door, telling you kuti chimbono zamazam. No one is coming. So normalize taking the risk. Normalize thinking outside the box. I received a call yesterday, a reminder of this talk. Coach Mazvita, chichi. I'd forgotten. I started preparing yesterday. Ndikambotanga kuita PowerPoint and I'm lying to myself. I then asked myself, how has been your 7 years in business? That's how I came with this. Think outside the box. I've always been thinking outside the box. And that's what is required in this VUCA environment that we are living, to think outside the box as well as falling forward. At least this way, you will see what you're going to hit. If you are going to walk backwards, you're not seeing where you are going. You might fall. But when you walk forward, at least urikuona po urikunotumira. Urikuona ko kananga, at least fall forward. Never be discouraged. Never hold back. And when you fall throughout this life, always remember to fall forward. Thank you so much for your time.
Thank you so much, Coach Mazvita, for the insightful presentation, or rather the story of your life. It was wonderful. We learned a lot. I personally learned a lot. So I was taking down some notes as she was presenting, and it was wonderful. Those who went far in life went far by thinking outside the box. They didn't limit themselves. They didn't restrict themselves by thinking inside the box. So when we're given the exercise by Coach Mazvita, some of us didn't even want to try. We thought that it was impossible, but then she came and she solved the problem. Then, we all saw that it was possible. So thinking outside the box is what we need if you want to go far in life. So she also said something that I liked. If you're not failing, you're not trying. Some of us, many of us rather, we're afraid of failing. We're afraid of failing. So in that regard, we therefore do not try at all. But then if we don't try, we're also not going to go anywhere. She also said that no one is coming for you. It's you and you alone. No matter the discouragements you get from people, you have to keep on pushing forward. You have to keep on chasing your dream and what you want in life. So yes, thank you so much, Coach Mazvita, for that. She said we have to fall forward, not fall back. If we fall forward, then we can see where we're headed to, what we want to achieve in life. Thank you so much, Coach Mazvita, for that. So next up, we have Coach Kudzai. She's a student, a psychology student at the Women's University in Africa. Coach Kudzai, you're welcome to take the stage.
Good evening, everybody. I'm sorry. Today, I want to talk about something that lies at the core of our humanity, which is care, which is the power of care. So, firstly, I'll start by defining the term care. What is care? So, care is an act of showing consideration towards someone or towards a person. So, firstly, I would like to discuss the points of how as people do we show care towards each other. So, firstly, as a person, you should be someone who is active towards listening to someone when he's telling you his problems or hers. Then, secondly, you must be someone who is very consideration or who respects some ideas of someone without judging them. It shows you are someone who is very caring. And also, the third point, you must be someone who is empath when it comes to the problems of people. If someone comes to you, telling you his or her problem, you must be someone who takes the problem of a person and put it in your shoes. And also, you must be someone, okay, okay. Then thirdly, you must be someone who also gives hands. Okay, sorry, declaration. Alright, unofanira kunge uri someone wekuti munhu akauya kwauri unokwanisa kumupa a help hand, not kuva munhu uye wekuti when someone comes achida help kwauri haukwanise kumubatsira kana kumupa a helping hand. Then thirdly, I'll talk about the advantages of showing care towards people. So firstly, if you are a person who shows care towards people, you will be able to build relationships, strong relationships. Building strong relationships, it helps one another to one of my bridges of life. Opportunities will come to you. You'll be able to have my opportunities. And also, you know, helping others. Zvinobatsira futi kuti you'll be able to enhance your social skills. Kana nchitsaura of enhancing my social skills ako. You'll be able to improve like my social skills of life. Kana my social skills of life, no kwansongari like my cannot the ideas. You'll be able to get my new ideas. Kanari and my businesses, you'll be able to to get them. And also, uh, you also be able to cross like my bridges and also able to cross. So it helps. Then also, showing care to others, it also helps vanhu kuva vari psychologically well-being. In psychology, it is believed that if you are someone who is able to give care or help to others when they are in stress or in need of you, it helps one to be strong and well-being, and also it can help one to heal like my wounds of life. Then also, yeah, that's also that I only managed to get. Thank you.
So much for today for the powerful presentation. I hope you all learned a lot. Yeah, so many Okay, so as we help to take care of one another, right? We are each other's brothers, right? So we have how to do that then. So we have to get it to the something to change so you have to get it. Also, you have to keep the feelings and you know, sometimes you know, let's imagine the method one out by one cake for the and sorry. Yes, we have to put ourselves in their shoes so that we better understand things from their point of view. So, where's the power of this care? So, if you're caring, you get to network with other people. Ndasvika pasaiti ndakagara nemunhu akangokwindimara hana kana kumbondimhoresa hana kudini. Hey, how are we going to network? How are we going to get opportunities if we don't network? So networking brings opportunities. So if you care for the next person, they're going to remember you. If they have an opportunity that arises, they're going to definitely mention your name. So it also enhances social skills. So social skills, these are interpersonal skills, right? These skills at Noshandisa to relate to one another. If we care for one another, we're going to enhance these social skills. If you care for the next person, you're going to become a better communicator. You are going to enhance your knowledge and everything, something like that. So it also brings healing to people. You know, people are so depressed out there. They have got many challenges that they're facing, money problems, family issues. But then if you care for the next person, who knows what impact you might make in their life. You might actually bring healing to them and mend broken hearts. Thank you so much, Coach Kudzi, for the powerful presentation. Do we have any questions? Yes, sir.
First, I would like to contribute to the first presentation.
Yes, thank you so much.
I actually believe that scientifically, I would like to believe that scientifically, it can also be proven why those extensions are important. You know, like force times distance helps you to get pivotal power. So if you look at the first dot and the last dot outside the boxes, you can see that there is enough distance to give you enough area to apply force. So what I'm just echoing is that it's important to get outside of the picture so that you can see what's happening around you. And then coming to your projects, I also want to find out if they are like very important signs that an aspiring entrepreneur can identify in terms of their projects to see that apa pana kwatiri kuenda apa. before somebody comes and or something terrible happens to you? What are these key signs that one can apply? Then from the second presentation, I think it's important that if we want to take care of others, we must just be honest and say the truth. I was just having a discussion with someone and I told them of the challenge I was going through, and they just got relieved and they started telling me about the similar challenge they were facing. And I also think that if we truly want to take care of people around us, sometimes we just have to be vulnerable and tell them that, look, you think I'm perfect or I know how to master life, but I'm actually going through these kind of challenges. And yeah.
Thank you so much, Coach, for the contributions. And the other question was directed to Coach Mazvita.
Okay. I think if I hear your question correctly, you said, how best can you see?
Identify signs that this project is not taking.
I can't really tell because what makes this person successful might not make you successful. Business rakabudirira nemumwe munhu unogona kuriita ugotadza kubudirira. It happens. Personally, when I started my first company, chinhu chakaita kuti ndibroke management. I then went on to start a business management with IMM that same year, 2021, which I finished this year and graduating next year. So, kutsvaga kuti chii chiri kumbokonzeresa, it's within. If people tell you that your business is going to fail, you might think kuti vamwe vane godo, but kuoneka kwekuti business rako rinogona kubudirira, rinogona kudwana, it's within. Because kubudirira kwebusiness hakusi mueconomy, kuri mauri. That's what I believe in. Greatness is in you. Greatness is inside of you. That's what I believe in. Kufamba kwebusiness kuri mauri. How do you operate? Like chambotaurwa, like networking. Aungave munhu like anta business anogara akangoti quint. You don't listen to anyone. You're full of I know. So it's within. I can't really tell good no, like pane masigns akadai. Kwandiri, it was within. Sit yourself down, ask yourself questions, ask the inner man. Patience. Kubudira kwe business kuri maore. Not the money, not the economy. How you run your business is in you. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, Coach. Yes. There's another question.
Okay, just to add on like what she's saying, right? An example that we can give is that, people, they say hakuna mabasa and it, but you find out if you trace down, it's just that opportunity inenge usina kuiona kana kuti inenge isati waionera handiti. Problem with us, most of us, handiti kaunogona kukanda ka-CV kana kuti kunhwani kana kuti uri kumiririra kuti inini ndakaita HR ndikutoda that job, whereas you can get in palower job, then motozoona kuti you have better qualifications anokwanisa kukupusha kuti uzoenda that position. But the problem we have as humans, we just want to do zvatakaspecialize kuti ini ndakadzidza saka ndinotofanira kuitawo zvekudzidza zvekuzoti utange kuti ndirege nditangewo ndiri kucleana zvinokuzoita kuti wopakaitawo maopportunities ukangonzwawo zvongokanda ka-CV zvokuita zvokuadvance iwo unotoda kutotanga uri pamusoro. Saka I find out kuti most people vanenge vachingoti mabasa ari kunetsa, mabasa akudi, but have you tried doing something kutangirawo pasi uchizoadvance uchiita uchienda due to your capabilities? So it's within you as a person kuti uri kuda kustrategize sei kuti uve a successful person. Are you ready to work zvekukorobha kuti uzoenda pamusoro after all haungotange uri pamusoro, and the destiny is different. Vamwewo ndo vanewo rombo rakanaka rekungotanga uri chi pamusoro, saka it's within you in that sense. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Coach, for the contribution. Any other? Yes.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Emmanuel. Document over here caring. We see kutanga ni disadvantage kazhinji kacho. Tine vanhu vaneke ma-communities, ma-families. But kuva care is not for the faint-hearted, to be honest. It's not easy. Because kazhinji, like our generation nowadays, social media, tinohotspotana bad things usually. Munhu anenge aine care achiasista achiita se kana kuti aine achiteerera vamwe, but the moment yaanonzonzi munhu haasi kuappreciate, we lose hope. But pauluza hope wanga uchifanira kumubetsera the next person. Tine vanhu vanoenda kumapsychiatry umu pozongwanika wakashaya someone anenge akapa an ear kuti atase anzwewo problem yake amuadvise. Tine vana vari kuita zvemadrugs nowadays. Mafamilies medu, let's be serious nyaya yecare. It's not easy, but let's take care of each other. Mabasa umu pay inenge isiri kukwana, responsibilities akawandisa, business like now it's month end, marenda ose anenge achidiwa. But let's talk, let's share, because the ma-Africans tine issue yetrust. Sisi ndakavaudza kuti marenda haisi kukwana, vangandipa idea ichi anoda kutondinyaya. Saka ngative neku responsible information yevanhu, to share all my ideas. Life is a beautiful thing. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Coach. This is getting interesting. Let's hear it from you, ma'am.
Thank you very much. I'll stand. Good evening, everyone. I just want to talk on what he has just raised. Ne zvataurwa na Coach Kudzi. I think kuti titange kuziva care, let's start with self-care. For you to be able to be brave enough not to listen to what the next person has said. And you cannot pour from an empty cup. And the empty cup is within, like what she said. It's within you. Chitanga ne self-care iwewe. Unfortunately, us as Africans, we do not embrace therapy. But that is one most important thing that we need to do. Because I cannot have self-care if I've got child trauma. Kana ndakakura in an abusive family setup, kana ndakakura in a negative family setup, I'm not able to listen to the next person because the next person is to bring them down. So I think the first thing that we need to embrace is self-care. Therapy. If you know kuti you've got something that's lacking within you, be true to yourself. I need help in this for you to be able to help someone else. That is the first care that we can do. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Coach. Hands in Gachi self-care. Some of us don't even know what that is. Sure. No, it's okay. It's okay. All right. Any other? You don't want the mic. All right. Sure. Okay.
Okay, good evening, everyone. Thank you, Coach Mazvita, for the great presentation. Indeed, we learned a lot. On that, I just want to add something. I would just want to encourage everyone that the big deal is starting. Don't be afraid to fail. Like she said, if you fail, you learn. Every failure is a lesson. So let's start, guys. Anything that you want, just start it, and it'll kickstart and blow. And then to Coach Kudzi, thank you so much. Indeed, we really need to have a caring attitude towards each and every person that we see on the street, be it you know them or you don't. It's something that shapes our future. there's this video that I saw and I learned something. There was a lady going for an interview and she saw someone, the CEO of the company she was going to for the interview, but she didn't know it was a CEO, and she was rude to her. Ah, you dirty woman, what? Then surprisingly, she went into the interview room, and the lady that she embarrassed outside was the CEO, and she lost the job. So just caring and showing a good attitude to the any person that you see on the street, it's a good attribute. Thank you.
Hello, everyone. How are you? It's my first time here. Yeah, but I have a mini contribution I want to make in terms of when you want to start a business or a project. In every business or in every project that you want to start, the thing that you always have to remember is you have to be patient with whatever that you're doing. Sometimes you can start a business. It's not always rosy, but you're coming from down there and your things are just going to work. Shotoenda kumsoro, and you're already up there. You're always, and for sure, you have and meet constraints and other stresses, and be it financially, you can even lose money when you're starting a business. But all you need to do and to always remember is to be patient in every business that you want to start. For example, I'm not going to start a business. There are so many times, okay, my boss, I need a business. So yeah, it wasn't laughing matter, but I actually laughed. She bought to Tio 12 on the very day Rabatenga. She lost 15 of them. And she couldn't even work the whole day. It was like, ngiyabafirwa chayeko ukuthi, tuthiyo twangu, chi. But I told her, you know what, ma'am, in every business, mune ma risks, mune ma losses and all that. So you need to be patient for your business, for your project to grow. It's one of the key things that you have to do. Always be patient. Thank you.
Yes.
All right. I just want to add on to what she said and what Coach Agatha said is when you fail and when you falling forward, like what she said, always keep the end in mind. What do you want at the end? Always keep the end in mind. That thing that you visioned or that thing that you dreamed about that you want to be, keep that beautiful house in Borodale in mind. Keep that VXR Land Cruiser in mind. Keep that multi-million dollar account in mind. Let's always keep the end in mind. That way, even if you fall 1,000,001 times, the second time you're going to stand up again. Thank you.
Yes, coach.
Wow, sorry. The Jerome Pamberi. I believe I'm a leader, so yeah. So like, I wanted to add on a patience. Patience is a very important virtue in business. It helps you to even build relationships. Relationships takes time, but when you're patient, you build meaningful ones. So patience is very, very important. Patience will help you to think and make quality decisions. I'm not sure if that's the correct word, but you make good decisions when you're patient. But we get as data like a rich quick scheme, data marry, like they marry faster, you make wrong decisions. And mostly because of that. But if you are to invest your $500 and be patient with it, you build it one step at a time with patience. 5,000 so patience is very important. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Yes, Coach Faith, your hand was up, right?
Okay, so just to connect her presentation and her presentation, right? tichizozviintertwina zviri two handiti. She spoke of humanity, right? Mainly kuti you should be someone empathize with other people, you should someone's helping hand handiti. So the good thing about being someone's helping hand is that, you know, let me just start with the problem that we have as humans, but we actually don't know kuti it's actually we could use that as a blessing in disguise in this sense. Kuti ukaona kuti mumwe wako waunoshanda naye, they have certain strengths that they have, and come an opportunity yekuti you can remember kuti no, Notando can do this, kana kuti Daniela can do this, introduce them kune zvauri kuita zvauri kuenda. But isusu we are selfish to an extent yekuti hatisi kuda kuti vamwe vaite sei vagrowe to that handiti. But in doing so, in making a grow, kana kuti uyu kuti agrow handitika, can help you in future, but hauzvizive kuti uyu akaita something chinoita kuti chibudirire, pamwe remazuva ndogona kuti basa rangu rapera, kana kuti inini nditongori munhu yaanokwanisa kungopusha vanhu kuti they should bring out the best in themselves. Ndine chipo chekuona kuti uyu anofanira kuita kumotiveteka kuti aite zvinhu zvaanoita zvaanokwanisa, they can go for that opportunity. But ini ndichiramba ndiri pasame ground, isusu hatidi izvozvo, because hausuda kuti munhu aite akure. But ukava uri that person anoita kuti vamwe vanhu vaite vagrow, you never know, there will be those people vachakuassista in a way that you never understand. Saka it's very important kuti tiite tisimudzirane, iwo unogona kuzotosimudzirwa more. It's a blessing in disguise.
Thank you so much, Coach. Another contribution?
Yes. Sadly, I just heard these statistics today from Les Brown. He said 80% of the people you tell your problems don't even care. 20% is glad that it's happening to you.
Oh, so Coach, you're saying that we shouldn't tell people or what? Well, but there are always quotes out there supporting each, even if it's wrong. There are always quotes supporting wrong deeds out there. Oh, sure.
I would like to add something on care. Thank you so much, Coach, for the presentation. When we talk of care, it's about how much you have. Caring is not like about how much you have. Some of you have a gift of long suffering, they'll feel better. Some of you, you're kind. What is it that is in you? It's not always about how much. What is it that you have? Not money. Some of you have love. Some of you have a great sense of humor. Stress. You create a joke. They'll feel better. It's not like about how much you have. Not everyone is looking for money. Some people just want love. Thank you.
Thank you. I'll take the last contribution because of our time. Who hasn't spoken yet? Okay, so these are the last contributions that we are going to have.
All right, good evening, everyone. I wanted to comment on Coach Mazvita and Coach Kudzai. So I'll start on the one that she was doing. The presentation was very good. Unfortunately, I came a little bit late, but I managed to get something there. And then I just want to quickly say something on maybe business or entrepreneurship. There's really enough need or much need for a research when you want to do a business or a project, because we're having a lot of people who do business. They want to do business, but they end up failing because they haven't done enough research. And usually my researches mazhinji, they are not on internet. Some of them they're in books and accounts where these are the quotation yekuti white people say, if you want to hide anything from Africans, write it in a book, because they don't read, you understand. So I think we really need to research a lot. And when you are doing business, you don't need to be someone who has low self-esteem. You're not confident in yourself. So imagine you want to sell your products to someone, but you have low self-esteem. and you want to convince someone to buy your products. You understand? So you really need if you're a business person, the moment you get inside here, padoor apo unofanira kutoona tese tiri macustomer ako tine potential yekutenga zvinhu zvako, and you must know good how am I going to approach these people and convince them to buy my products. You understand? So it means unenge uri someone asina pride. You have to be humble enough to be open and to talk to everyone, not having an attitude. You understand? So I think there is also a need for patience. Sometimes, not always. Sometimes when you make a proper research, you don't need to be patient. There's need for an aggressiveness, and there is need for change for the better. Unogona kuva patient pazvinhu zvisingashandi, and you keep being patient forever. Unozikanwa nokuva munhu ari patient for life. Vanhu vakada manotsi epatience vanouya kuzobvunza iwe, but iwewo wacho unonge uri ladha rekuti unoyambutsa vanhu uchiyambutsa vanhu vachienda but you have nothing. So you really need to know what I'm doing, is it going to help, and is for what, is it short term or long term? You understand? And now I advise people, when you are starting business, you need to start thinking your business in the context of COVID right now. Remember pakaitika COVID mabusiness mazhinji anga akavhara, but some anga akavhura. You understand? So even people who are developing technology today, they are doing it in the context of COVID. COVID ikanzi yadzoka, are you going to be lasting with your business? Are you going to be there? Are you going to be relevant? Even when some people who are going to school today, there are some degrees that they are doing, but they're going to be irrelevant very soon, because you won't be doing anything. Because if COVID comes back, we need to have that in mind. If COVID comes back, are you going to be relevant in the system, my economy? You understand? So I think that's what I wanted to say on. But thank you very much for lighting us. I liked that one. I have it. I'll copy it and use it more. Those occupy among my notes. Then then on yours now, it's that one is very sensitive, because we're having a lot of people who are kuzvisungirira because there's no enough care for them. We understand? So ndaisa video pa Facebook pangu the other time, ndakanyora kuti varume musaendesa vakadzi venyu kuchikoro. It was very controversial, and because ndakanyora kuti it's not different from betting. You understand? So a lot of people came to my inbox, kusvika pazoita vanhu vakagadzira platform vakandidedza kuti yautsanangure. And so I was telling them, no, you need to know kuti I'm actually trying to preserve men, in the sense that varume vazhinji vakaendesa vakadzi vavo kuchikoro vakapedzera kuzvisungirira, because mukadzi uyo akapedzera kuona kuti this man might be useless or haasi level rangu. You understand? Because the man is always hustling to make sure my wife and family is better. But then I told them, no, it's really good to have to know what you are doing one waita zvemarriage. So ndakaudza kuti no, kana waita zvemarriage, you marry a wife, you don't marry a scholar. So kana munhu aya kumarriage, munofanira kuziva kuti zvechikoro munenge mapedza. You understand? But I'm not there. I'm on care. So the care part comes in pakuti if you don't care about other people, like in a society, you are not going to go anywhere. Because one way or the other, people will end up knowing that no, uyu munhu uyu ari an attitude. You understand? Vambosangana an attitude on their own. You want to greet them, vakadzi ukamurira anofunga kuti kumuda, so they want to avoid you. You understand? So these are the women that, like, I parked my car kuna fifth uko ndandisina mari parking, so I was walking ndichiuda kuuya paHerald House. So these are the women. She was very, very beautiful girl, and the structure yake yakanaka, but skirt yake yanga yaputika kumashure. You understand? So ndamumhoresa zvakanaka, haya uri boy here, autondipima nemaziso. So ndakasha kuti samanje ndichamuudza here kuti, you understand? So those simple things. So if you don't understand those basic principles of care, you might be someone asingatombobatsirike, because iwewe uri munhu ari rude to somehow. You understand? So I think let's be humble enough to care for everyone. And kazhinji kacho tine dambudziko ravanhu vanoda kuita care external, anoda kuita care kuchikoro, kubasa, and kuchurch. At their home, they are very bad people. So charity begins at home. Let's be very good people in our homes, so that our relatives will appreciate us. And when we go out there, it's going to be very easy. Thank you. Oh, my name is Lim.
Should I stand up? Good evening, good people. How are you? My name is Coach Riyashi. quite interesting presentations here. Thinking outside the box. I don't know if you guys planned together or what, but think outside the box. It's like it was one presentation. But before I go there, can I also comment on him sending his video? The problem is not men sending their women to college. There is what is called hypergamy, where women want better men. It's a fact. They always want people who are better than generally better than them. So when you send them to college, you are not better than them in any way. So the real problem is not because you are not better anymore, but because you also did not upgrade while they were upgrading. You should grow with them. So it's not about sending them or not sending them. Okay, thank you on that. Care. You cannot care for someone if, like she said, if you're an empty cup. You need to be not exactly full, but there should be something in you, and then you go there. There's something the CEO said about a first company going belly up. It was management, right? That is one biggest truth. Generally, we have ambitions. We want to form a company. We want a company, but without enough preparation. She wasn't prepared. She had the dream. She had the vision, but the preparation for the dream to come true was not there. And it's not that she's dumb, but background. Who taught her? Who pushed the dream? Who gave the dream? They also did not give the other side. You need preparation. Without the preparation, you're not going to go anywhere. Number one. Number two, you also need good timing of the vision. Sometimes it might be a very good vision, timed wrong. Remember, there was Yahoo, then there is Google. They were doing the same thing. Yahoo was actually bigger than Google. But all Google had to do was just change a few things. And today, some people don't even know about Yahoo. Good timing. So the dreams might be there. Is the timing there? Is the background there? You need to have enough preparation for whatever. Then she went on and did IMM. Right. It's good because she then started preparing with practical training have happened. That we lack. Please, can we have all the preparation for whatever we want? She will give enough caring because at heart she has the caring. She's not an empty cup. Who is an empty cup who's going to be caring for people? The academics especially, those that will want to use their books and certificates. They are empty. They don't have what it takes to love, to care. Sorry, I can go on and on, but thank you very much.
Thank you so much, Coach, for the wonderful contribution. Hansi, you cannot care for another person if you don't have self-care. Yeah, how can you give what you don't have? You cannot give what you don't have. Thank you all so much for your wonderful contributions. We had a wonderful engagement. I hope they said did something right. And anyway, my name is Daniela Nicole, guys. Thank you so much for being here with us today. Join us next week on Thursday from 5 p.m. to 6 p.m. for the ETE talks, Engage, Transform, and Empower. This marks the end of today's session. Thank you so much.